YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We another video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with a post-game reaction to the Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Giants Monday Night Football game. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when new content is posted to the channel like this one. Before we get into today's video, I want to tell you guys that I will be hosting a live watch party at Montini's Bond Lounge in Fort Washington, Maryland. And this Sunday, Washington Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys. So please come through if you can. 725 Caddy Drive. Come meet me. Come watch the game with your boy. Dallas Cowboys versus my Washington Commanders. Our Washington Commanders. So if you're a Dallas fan, if you're a Washington fan, and you live in this area, come through for that. Should be a good time. Without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. So let me first start by saying I apologize. I was supposed to stream this game, but the TV still was messing up. So I decided not to stream. I was just going to do a post-game reaction as I'm doing it now. And the reason why I'm doing it is just part because it's an NFC East game, and also my Washington Commanders, our Washington Commanders, facing the Dallas Cowboys this Sunday. And let me first start by saying, man, this was a really, really good NFC East matchup, man. This gave me early 2010 vibes, man. You know, both teams somewhat competitive still, and for the most part, every team is healthy. I understand the Cowboys were missing Dak Prescott, but for the most part, every team was healthy. So it was competitive, and I really enjoyed this game, man. Let me first start by saying, how good does Saquon Barkley look? Saquon Barkley looks amazing. Dallas's defense was really, really good today, getting after Daniel Jones. That's shout out to Dan Quinn, man. We're gonna have our hands full with this team, man. Looking forward to it. First of all, and second of all, I'm looking at that pass rush and then looking at our performance versus the Eagles. Like, oh my God, we can be in some trouble, ladies and gentlemen. I honestly feel like Cooper Rush, if he could keep them afloat till Dak gets back, they don't have to rush him anymore. I mean, if that defense keep playing the way that it's playing, and Cooper Rush playing the way he did, just being a game manager, making the throws when he can and not turning the ball over, they could keep him afloat, and they could actually, you know, keep Dak out instead of trying to rush him back. Cooper Rush was not bad today. He was pretty solid. He was making some really, really good throws, and at times his receivers was dropping them. He did have a couple overthrows, but for the most part, Cooper Rush looks really, really solid, man. And let's not sleep on Cooper Rush as if this is gonna be a walk in the park next week. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do think we're going to be able to get after Cooper Rush. I feel like we can make him force him into some arrogant throws if we can get after him. But that we got all week to talk about that. Let's get into a little bit more of this game. Again, Cooper Rush, he just seemed, you know, unfazed by the moment. It seemed like he belonged. Ezekiel Elliott had a nice rushing touchdown. He was solid on the ground too. CeeDee Lamb, he did have a big drop in this game. However, he had a nice one-handed grab to get them the touchdown. So the Cowboys, man, they look okay. I'm not gonna sit here in front with you, man. I thought for sure once Dak went down, that offense and that team was just gonna lose all hope until he got back. But they look afloat. Like if they can just be steady, they can be fine. Like honestly, and that defense again, Micah Parsons, animal. You know, the designs and the blitzes and just the ability to get after the quarterback, man. DeMarcus Lawrence, I believe he had 3 sacks before he got hurt tonight. That pass rush probably is more talented and more scarier than Philly. So us struggling up front with injuries and just how bad we are up front right now, and then Philly getting 9 sacks, just imagine what they could possibly do to us next week. So I am definitely concerned about that. Hopefully our offense can actually, you know, rise to the occasion and be to what the standard is next week, because we're going to need a lot of offensive points because, man, it's going to be it might be another shootout. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not that scared of Dallas's offense. Cooper Rush is playing well. He's being a game manager again, like I said, but they don't scare me. You know what I'm saying? I know we can probably stop their offense, but it's all about can our offense score on their defense. You know what I'm saying? This could be another shootout, but it also, on the other hand, could be a low-scoring game. It could be 10-13 headed into the fourth quarter just because both defenses are playing well. I could definitely see that, but Dallas Cowboys, they got a nice gritty win in New York. I honestly knew the Giants were frauds. Like, I didn't buy into it. I thought they were going to win this game, not going to lie to you, and they had plenty of opportunities to win this game. But I knew at some point that the little fairy tale start was going to end, and it did tonight. Daniel Jones, he was running really well on the ground. He was making some solid throws at times, but again, when it matters the most, he turns the ball over, and who knows, maybe if David Sills doesn't slip on that route, he probably makes the reception. But again, you never know. And what happened. Trayvon Diggs gets the interception and seals the victory. Excuse me. I want to talk a little bit about Sterling Shepard, man. I feel so bad for Sterling Shepard, bro. I mean, the guy's always hurt. And he got carted off again tonight, so that is very, very sad and frustrating for them. How bad is Kenny Golladay, man? He dropped yet another pass. I mean, you didn't really see him out there. You seen more of David Sills, rather. I don't know if I seen much of Kadarius Toney. I don't know if he was active tonight or not, but I didn't see much of him. I seen them throw him a lot to their tight end, handing it to Saquon Barkley and getting their return man, their punt returner, involved more too. I forgot his name, but it doesn't really seem like they're using their top weapons or supposedly top weapons, because Brian Dable already came out and said, I don't care how much money you make, you got to go out there and perform. So I don't care. He doesn't care if it's David Sills and let's start a random name, Darius Slay. He don't care who you are, or David Mills or David Sills again. He doesn't care. If you're gonna go out there and play good, I'm gonna play you. I don't care how much money you're making, and that's how a coach should think. Just because a player makes $72 million does not mean they need to be out there and playing if they're not performing to the standard. The Giants definitely had a chance to win this game late, but they just couldn't come up with the offense to get it done. Simple as that. I would have kept feeding Saquon Barkley, not on that last drive, but just the whole game. I definitely would have tried to get him more involved in the passing game, especially with our top two targets not really playing that much. So I definitely think the Giants are still going to be better than what a lot of people think. That team is not that bad. They got a solid pass rush. That secondary is okay. So their defense is solid. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. But we'll see how they fare in the rest of the season. But yeah, man, that's just a quick little recap. I wanted to come on here and talk about this game, man. Next week we got the Dallas Cowboys. It's gonna be a heavy task. It already was gonna be a heavy task, regardless, just because it's an NFC East matchup. But for the simple fact that they're not as bad as I thought they were going to be without Dak Prescott. Like, I honestly thought they were going to fall apart on the offensive end without Dak Prescott, but Cooper Rush is keeping them afloat. And now he's not doing anything to blow your socks off, but he's doing exactly what he should be doing, and that's being a game manager, not turning over the ball, scoring when he needs to, making the throws when he needs to, and having his defense help him out a lot. That's all you need to do as a backup. You don't have to press. You don't have to force. But I will say, I want to see how he is going to look if we can get out to an early 7, 10, 14-point lead. I want to see how he's going to do from coming back, because I don't think he had to be in a space where he had to come back. I'm trying to think back to that Cincinnati game. I think they may have had to come back, or they had to get a defensive stop. But if they did have to make a comeback in that game at some point, it wasn't by a huge margin. It was probably by 3 or whatever. But I want to see how he looks when he's down touchdown or 2. And does he start pressing? You know what I'm saying? I want to see how Cooper Rush fares when he is down. He looks okay when the game is still in reach. But when he's down, how is he going to act? I want to see how he's going to be under them circumstances, man. But again, Cooper Rush, solid game. Doing exactly what he should be doing in the absence of Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys definitely probably don't have to rush back Dakota Rain Prescott if he can just keep them afloat and their defense can keep playing the way they're playing. But Dak Prescott, I did see an article, and I didn't read the article, but I did see the headline before I came on here, that Dak Prescott is not ruling out a chance for a return next week versus versus my Washington Commanders, our Washington Commanders. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted on that. But yeah, man, it's me, boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Those are the Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. So that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Leave your thoughts down below in the description and the comment section. And don't forget, this Sunday, 725 Caddy Draft, Martini's Bar Lounge. Your boy Juan Gotti's hosting a live watch party. The flyer is on the screen. The flyer is on the community wall. The flyer is on my Instagram. You can find it easily. So hope to see some of you guys there this Sunday for this game. I'm out. Peace. Cost me one time, that's gonna get you popped.